I think it was a collective effort. Paul wanted to raise money for the school. I mean, he had the idea for the school, and I met him when I just retired from the NFL. You're the ideal man, and then a guy with a pocket full of money, and you start doing the things that you want to do. And so we thought about, say, why don't we have a golf tournament? And you invite some of your celebrity friends, in, and some former football players, and that's how we got started. I mean, I think the first year we had maybe 10 or 15 celebrities, and now we get 30 or more come out. And in fact, this morning when I came up on the property here, I walked right into Ronnie Lott, who just flew in this morning for the tournament. So the guys are gracious with their time, and that's the thing that I really appreciate. These guys are not just former NFL players or former hockey players or whatever. They're gentlemen. They're careful of their time, but when I call, I mean, they come, and so that's the thing that I really appreciate very much. The charity gets them to come. I mean, to give is better than to get, and so they understand exactly. I mean, they do these things in their own hometown, and so they know what the deal is, and so. Like I said, for 10 years, they've been supporting me. Well, I grew up in Virginia, and the old rebel South, a lot of heartache back there, a lot of racism. And I grew up in an environment where I went to all black schools until I got to high school. And that's really when I saw the difference in how the black teachers were so interested in our education, because they knew that was going to be the ticket out if we wanted to get out. When I started showing some ambition and some talent for sport, and these college recruiters start coming into a little South Norfolk, that's the area I lived in Virginia. I learned then how important that education was, and why these teachers worked so hard to educate me. And they knew that by educating me and working hard to educate me was going to be the only way I could take advantage of the opportunities available to me. So I thank all those teachers that worked on me. I can't remember how we initially met, but I remember him driving me to this property over in Everett, and he said, "This is where I want to foster my dream in this, build a school here for the kids, and put a church on it too, because that's when he was a young pastor, and he didn't have a church, and they were doing it out of his house. And he said, I want to put a school on the property, and I want to put a church on the property, and I want to put athletic facilities on the property. And like I said, when you got a guy that got a big dream and then a guy that got a lot of money, that's a pretty good combination. You can do what you want to do. And so we just started small. We seemed like every year we were, raising a building or getting something started. It just went on from there, and then we got different people to come in to help us. I always think you got to have an idea guy, and then you have to have a guy that's either connected to cash and know how to get the cash. And I've always known how to get close to the cash. And so that's a good combination. Yeah, the kids, I mean, I'm looking at 2-year-old kids the other day when I came in town. Always when we before this tournament, I always go visit. That's the first thing I do. I go visit the school and the kids. And I'm watching 2-year-old kids play chess against their teachers. And these kids are lined up, I mean, just in a row, 2 years old, 3 years old. I'm 62, and I have been trying to learn the game of chess for at least the last 5 years. And I haven't gotten any further. And I'm just impressed.
When you're playing chess, you have to not only look at the move that you're making, but you have to look at the next move or what this move is going to do. So you're problem solving. This is the same things that we learn in education, how to problem solve. It also teaches them that there's different moves and there's different strategies to get to the same answer. You know, I teach math and I teach count on your fingers. I teach use the number line. I teach using manipulatives. Those are 3 different ways, but they're going to get to the same answer. So chess does the same thing. And also what it does, it teaches a child that this is something that I didn't think I could do, but I can do it. And that's one of our mottos. Our motto is, I can learn anything. So chess teaches them a lot of different things in a chess setting. And you'd be surprised, at first they don't kind of know what they're doing, but 3-4 weeks down the road with consistent teaching, they'll be able to show you how to play the game.
Well, the Greater Trinity Academy, I've actually been to the Greater Trinity Academy and visited there, and we got all the tour and got to meet the kids and the teachers there. It's pretty remarkable what they do. I think, you know, I feel like Kenny does, that you know, it's something that deserves our support, and we want to see it be successful. And I think over the last, 10 or 15 years that Kenny's been doing this, he's really been able to raise enough money that the school could be everything that you hope it to be.
Well, I said, what is your motto? And every kid in there, I can learn anything. And it just warms my heart. I mean, to see that, man. Because I know that these kids are going to do something in their community. And they're going to do something good in life. And that we have caught these kids at a point in their life when a lot of these kids can go either way. I mean, you know, you got good and evil. But I know that these kids are going to escape evil because of what Paul and these teachers do at his school. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these kids grew up to be president of the United States.